take questions. Coach?
Yeah, I mean, congrats to Iowa. I thought it was a hard-playing game. Both teams played incredibly hard, competed hard. Was proud of my team. We had a really tough night, as everyone knows, on Wednesday night down in Champaign, and to then come back on the road and play a really good team like Iowa and have the kind of spirit and fight, especially with a lot of young kids. When you get throttled like that, you worry about how that's going to affect them going into the next game. But I thought our effort was great. I thought our fight was great. I thought we gave ourselves a chance to win this game today. It's just been the kind of the common thread for us this year is like little miscommunications. And not only that, but just, not grabbing a long rebound, not getting a loose ball that's kind of 50-50. And I felt like every time we didn't get it, it was like they hit a three, or Bennett hit a three, or they got a three-point play, or, we had a real undisciplined technical in the first half when we were playing well and it was 30-30. All of a sudden 2 free throws and they score, and then now you're down 6, the next play. So there's just been little things this year that have really, because we've, other than the Illinois game, we've been highly competitive. It's just frustrating that we're not doing the things necessary to be able to get over the hump and find a way to win these games. I know part of it is there's a lot of young guys, but I mean that's not an excuse. This time, you young guys now have played 20-something games, but it's just frustrating because we're not a moral victory program. We're trying to compete, we're trying to win, and it was disappointing to come up a little bit short today. And obviously we can talk, but Bennett Sturts was fantastic. He really controlled the game, and we did a lot of stuff to try to get the ball out of his hands and to try to do some different things. And he played like an All-American type player today and willed his team to win.
Who have questions for Coach? Matt?
It was a great game out of Jake today. What do you see from him and kind of the way he's starting to have a better feel for the game as a scorer as well?
Yeah, I've been on him about that. He was a huge scorer in high school. He was a guy that scored 25 plus a game. I mean, that's always been his MO, is being able to put the ball in the basket. Put yourself in his shoes. He's a freshman, and look at the gauntlet of this Big Ten of what his position is every night. He just had Keaton Wagler. He today had Bennett Sturts. He's had Donovan Dent. He's had Jeremy Fears. He's had Nick Boyd. Like, you go down the gauntlet, there's no better crop of point guards. We'll have Elliot Cadeau, next. So, and more to come. And I know I'm forgetting guys just off the top of my head, rattling the great point guards in this league. We haven't played Braden Smith yet. So I mean, put yourself in his shoes as a young kid trying to go through this gauntlet. I'm proud of him. He's learning a lot. But I think what you see about Jay, he's a competitor. He's not going to back down. He's going to play against these guys. He's going to give his best. He's learning with each game. He's growing with confidence, and we're putting him out there just like I did. I had 2 other guys that I've done in the same position, Bryant McIntosh and Boo Buie. And look at what those guys' records were when they were freshmen. Bryant McIntosh, we were 1-10, our first 11 games. Boo Buie, I think we went 3-17 or 3, whatever. It might have been 18 games. So it's part of the process when you're young at that position. We've been developmental, and I got high hopes that Jake West can become one of those guys I named, but it's going to take time and experience. But I love his fight. I love his, what he's about. And, it's fun watching him grow as he's going through this gauntlet.
Matt?
Coach, there's a lot of players in foul trouble. What do you think the officiating?
No, I thought a lot of them were fouls. I'm not complaining about the calls. I mean, I thought we put hands on guys too much. I thought we were a half step late to a couple things that caused ourselves to foul. I thought we had some undisciplined plays where we could have just walled up and kind of make a guy make a tough shot, and we kind of put 2 hands and grabbed. So honestly, I thought it was. I mean, we had a really good crew today, and I thought most of them were fouls. Honestly, we got to do a better job of keeping our hands off people.
Coach, what was your game plan for Bennett Sturts coming into this one, and how did that adjust as the game went on?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were trying to do some different things. I think a great player, you have to try to give him some different looks. You saw at times we were trying to trap him, get the ball out of his hands. I thought he had good poise. There were other times we were switching, with certain matchups because of their ability to make shots from certain positions. So, the thing I was disappointed in, I mean, he was terrific. I felt like we lost, a lot of what we wanted to do in terms of some of the personnel. He's so good getting to his right hand. We were trying to get him to get to his left hand. I thought we had some real breakdowns where we opened our feet and let him get right. He's devastating going right. And obviously getting to that step back, that rhythm step back. Those are like his 2 shots that he don't miss. If you let him get right and you let him get the rhythm step back. And I felt like too many times we kind of let him get his favorite moves. But that being said, I mean, he was great. And his team needed every bit of it. He played like a senior all-league player. And, sometimes you got to tip your cap to great performances.
Last question to the right.
Impressions of playing Coach McCollum for the first time?
Yeah, I've always, and I told him before the game, I've never really met him before. I'm a coach's coach. I mean, I grew up around the game. I'm old school. I love the history of the game, what he's done at every level, the way he's won. Got to see his teams play, his Drake team, a lot of these guys, got to see them play a few times last year. But seeing it more, in the league when you're scouting, and not only with them, but watching them play other teams, I mean, probably the greatest compliment. I don't feel like they beat themselves. I think his teams always are ready to play. They have a plan. They take care of the ball. They know who they are. Guys play their roles. They try to star in their roles. And that's a big reason why his teams win. And, if you're going to beat them, you got to beat them. And he's going to have a lot of success. He's going to win a lot of games. He's a terrific coach, and I have a ton of respect for him.
All right,
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Trace.